All right, good evening. My name is Stacy Duncan. I'm Executive Director of the Broome County Industrial Development Agency. We are conducting a hearing this evening pursuant to New York State General Municipal Law, Section 5859A, to seek public comment on an application made to the agency by Regan Development Corp., or an entity to be later named, for financial benefits from the agency for a project to be located on a 3.96 plus or minus acres of land situated at 333 Grand Avenue in the Village of Johnson City, Town of Union, County of Broome, State of New York, and a 0.16 plus or minus acre of land situated at 154 Allen Street in the Village of Johnson City, Town of Union, County of Broome, and State of New York. The project will involve the construction and equipping of a 4-story apartment building with 72 dwelling units, including 27 one-bedroom apartments, 40 two-bedroom apartments, 4 3-bedroom apartments, and a 2-bedroom apartment for a live-in building superintendent. Commercial space for a children's daycare, laundry facilities, and a community room with a kitchen, management office, storage, playground, and parking lot. The company has requested financial assistance from the agency in the form of abatements of sales and use taxes, a mortgage tax exemption, and an abatement of real property taxes pursuant to a payment in lieu of tax agreement. Copies of the application are available at the office of the agency for your review. We're located at 5 South College Drive, Suite 201, Binghamton, New York, 13905. All comments made at this public hearing will be transcribed by our reporter and presented to the agency's board of directors for their review prior to any decision of the application. I request that anyone wishing to speak at this public hearing provide their name and address prior to speaking. And if you are speaking on behalf of a group or entity, please identify the group or entity. Please keep comments to 5 minutes. I will now ask Amy Williamson to offer a project description and description of benefits sought. Amy.
Thanks, Stacy. Regan Development Corporation will establish Homesteads on Grand LLC, a New York limited liability company that will develop, own, and manage the project. Development team members, SEP Incorporated, will have a 50% interest in Homesteads on Grand LLC, the managing member for the project. Regan Development was selected for the redevelopment of the sites through a Village of Johnson City administered request for proposal and has executed a purchase and sale agreement with the Village of Johnson City for the parcels located at 333 Grand Avenue and 154 Allen Street. The project involves the new construction of a single 4-story elevator building with 72 affordable dwelling units, including 27 one-bedroom apartments, 40 two-bedroom apartments, and 4 3-bedroom apartments. Gross monthly basic rents will range from $763 to $1,350. The project includes 6,200 square feet of non-residential space targeted for a daycare center. The building design offers superior quality and condition with high-quality finishes and amenities, all in compliance with the HCR design guidelines. The building will include 2 elevators, laundry facilities, a community room with a kitchen, a management office, and storage. Outdoor spaces will include a playground and surface parking. This project will help the area's vital need for affordable and supportive housing. It will also provide new tax revenue and revitalize vacant land in the Village of Johnson City. Regan Development Corp. Is seeking a 30-year standard affordable housing pilot, requesting a property tax exemption not exceeding $1,698,715, a sales and use tax exemption not exceeding $955,000, and a mortgage recording tax exemption of $209,000. $2,645,882 of new tax revenue will be divided among the Johnson City School District, the Village of Johnson City, the Town of Union, and Broome County. 79 new construction jobs within a 3-year period totaling $7,030,000 in annual wages will be created. This project will create 7 new jobs with a total payroll of $990,000 over 3 years.
Thank you, Amy. We'll now open the floor up for public comment. Again, if you wish to speak, please include your name and address. And if you are speaking on behalf of an organization or entity, please identify and please keep comments to 5 minutes. Thank you. Go
I
ahead.
just have a question regarding the paperwork that she just read. Are we able to have something that we can refer to?
All of our applications, the application for this project is on our website, and we'd be happy to give you that
It's not
address.
at the internet.
We can mail you a copy if you'd like to leave your address. We'd be happy to mail you a copy.
But for right now, we can't really discuss anything intelligently because we don't have that piece of paper. That's just my problem. Nobody else. Sorry.
Go
Did I
ahead.
hear a call for unintelligent commentary? I'd like to weigh in. You want me to just do it here, or you want me to come up there?
Wherever you'd like. Just don't forget to state your name even.
Okay, John Solak, I live in the city of Binghamton. I have an uncanny track record. This gentleman's been typing for me for a long time. Doesn't get any older. Just gets a little fatter in the wallet. Anyway, I have an uncanny record of accuracy. Everything from EIT, all mountain fresh dairy. So I'd like the people that read this to read it a little bit more carefully. I'll jump around with what I see as the problems. You know, we used to go 10, 12 years for a tax pilot, jumpstart, catalyst. These were the terms that we used. Now, then we went from 20, 22, and now we're at 30, and nobody seems to be taking any less than 30. Now, do I hear 35 in the future? Can I hear 40 in the future? You know, I mean, and I like this mayor here. I haven't met him yet. I just know him from the thing, and he's a good mayor. He's got a uncanny way about him, an inability to wing it, which most politicians do. He doesn't know something, he says it. And he's captured a pretty good deal here for Johnson City. It's the rest of us that I'm worried about. Now, on the project itself, I hear mixed use all the time, mixed use. And you know it's not gonna be the butcher, baker, and the candlestick maker. We heard this about Canal Plaza, mixed use. Well, what happened? A nonprofit grocery store and Catholic charities have space in there that they never use. Mixed use. You know, and it could be tattoo parlors and hair braiding. I mean, I have nail parlors. I don't have any objection to that. But as I look around, and I just did a tour of a lot of the promises of mixed use by the IDA, I don't see any mixed use. People move in, rents are collected, but no mixed use or a diminished mixed use as to what I think. Now, as far as this mixed use, I think this is a huge problem. I've never heard of mixing a daycare center with housing. I mean, I've heard it in public housing, but not in private housing. County's crawling with sex offenders. There's more all the time. It seems to be a bad bet for the tenants. And thing, I mean, I think if you're gonna build a daycare center, that's a separate business from the apartment rental business. And I don't think it's a good mix at all. I really don't. I can understand the convenience, but, and UHS is opening up there. So that is troubling to me. Now, so it's the length of time of the pilot that I'm concerned about. It is the mixed use thing in this particular project. I don't know, I'll go by his project again, and see where the mixed use was on the first one. And, you know, keep in mind that I guess the family and children's, why couldn't they run it? But they didn't pay their rent in Binghamton, by the way, they're being sued. So now they're up here. Other than that, oh, and then around the creeping benefits thing, you know, it was, the sales tax, and I would sit there and say, well, at least we're getting the mortgage tax, so now we're getting the free mortgage tax, so nobody's paying to come in here at all. Nobody is paying to come in here at all. That's distressing. When is it going to end? That's the question. I mean, it's as if, suppose you got 6 homeowners together, 6, 8 homeowners, and they devised an entity or they're gonna form an entity, put their real estate in one entity. And then they came to the IDA and said, look, we're gonna do some improvements here. This is gonna be our project, 6 to 8 single-family homes. We want a 30-year pilot on our taxes. We don't wanna pay for a sales tax on the material, and we don't wanna pay any mortgage tax. Because what would that do for those homeowners? Well, it put them in the free ride category. So, this is a free ride. I don't know when this madness is gonna end, but it better end soon. And the fact that these,
30 seconds, Mr. Solar?
okay, the fact that these pilots are transferable, to me, that's completely horrific. The fact that Newman or anybody else can come in here, get the pilots, ride the schedule out to say that year 7, and then flip it. You're not flipping the building, you're not flipping the real estate, you're flipping the pilot. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Solar. Anyone else wishing to speak? Go ahead.
Don Slota, 32 Eldridge Avenue, Johnson City. I was at a previous meeting here where they referred to the project in Glens Falls. This is, I think, a cookie cutter of, as far as the building, and they have a nursery of some sort in the main floor up there. And the whole idea was that the people that were gonna be renting an apartment would be able to leave their children there for the day as they go on to work. Now, is that working up there, the way they talked it up at the previous meeting we had?
Mr. Regan is on the line if he would prefer it, the appropriate time to address in a comment on the similar facility. We know it does have a private management group that will operate and manage the daycare facility, most likely for many of the residents who might need that service. And yeah. Did you have any other comments you wanted to put on the record? Okay. Is anyone else wishing to speak?
This is just a curious question, only because I've been a homeowner since 1985, so I'm not familiar with apartments lately. And what utilities would the tenant be liable for? What would there be any extras that is involved in that 700 to 1,000?
I would have to defer that to the developer. Typically, it varies by building owner. My understanding, I think, is Wi-Fi service will be provided in this
That would be
building,
it?
and likely water, but any other utility. But I again,
What
would
is the
defer
heat?
that
What
to-
what heat is in, what method of heating would be available?
that would be through NYSEG electric and gas. I don't know if it's off the top of my head, if it's natural gas or
I
electric
guess I'm just
service.
referring to like baseboard, the electric in each apartment individually.
And can I have your name?
Oh, sorry, Carolyn, CAROLYN LASKOSKI.
Thank you.
Does anyone else wish to speak on the record? Anyone online? Would you like to defer to anyone online wishing to speak?
We have both Larry and Gabe Regan online as well as.
If you could speak up.
Oh, sorry, we have both Larry and Gabe Regan online and their counsel Christopher Babcock, but no one has made an indication that they would like to make a public comment at this
Okay.
time.
We'll leave the floor open for another moment if anybody in the attendance would wish to speak. Mhm.
Don Slota. Regan Group developed the 2 buildings over there in Willow and that area.
Correct.
And I was wondering, what's the occupancy rate of those buildings?
At or near 100% occupancy.
Are they 100%?
That is our understanding. Yes, correct.
And do you know what the Victory building?
It is currently leasing, but it's also nearing 100%. I think last we knew it was somewhere above 80%, but it's recently opened, so they're still actively
Yeah, I
leasing.
understand you would have it still under construction, what, a third of it maybe?
I think more than that.
You know, my thought in the back of my head is that, are we getting over, for the right word, as far as we have plenty of apartments that we have the people fill, you know, I question even with the housing with the students sometimes where we keep on building student housing. And, the thing is the university gonna, accept our students at the rate of the occupancy of these apartments. You know, keep up their, you know, because nobody wants to own an apartment if it's not gonna be filled and, producing.
Thank you. There be any other public comment for the record? Mr. Solik, would you wish to speak again?
I just have a question. Is there, I mean, I know in government buildings, there's a form that you fill out regarding citizenship. Is there any interest in the idea of the developer to limit the building to US citizens or people with green cards, people in the country illegally, or has that not been given any thought?
We have not addressed that as part of this project.
Plus, I'm right, yeah.
If there are no other public comments, I would request that the following documents be made part of the record of this proceeding. Number one, notice of public hearing. Number two, affidavit of publication. Number three, letter to taxing authorities informing them of public hearing and providing them with a copy of the notice of public hearing. Number four, affidavit of mailing. And finally, number five, affidavit of posting. With that, thank you for attending the public hearing. We'll call the hearing officially to a close at 5:17 p.m.